Good afternoon on what is a cool, bright and sunny day. It is Monday the 27th of March. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a small parcel to open. So let's find out what is in here. It's nice and easy. And what I've got is Ends of the Earth, a weird fantasy hexcrawl setting for your favourite fantasy role-playing game. So, nothing on the back, so let's go find something. And this is from Certain Death at Welcome to Ends of the Earth, a system-agnostic setting for fantasy adventures. System-agnostic because I don't want to commit to any one game because only 32 pages to work with. I'd have trouble cramming in everything I needed to do. So a little bit of a confession there from an explanation from the designer. Before we get onto the first page, and I think the key word here from the first impression from that introduction and just turning over the page is crammed. He says because with only 32 pages to work, I'd have trouble cramming in everything in. He's already having trouble cramming everything in. That's a lot. That's quite a lot of text heavy there, and it's talking about the settings of the outside lands and the magic. What happened in an overview with the eight-tailed concordance and the solar entity, winged glory and the chalice, penitence and the hidden guard, Besseres, Gorbug and the void. Are all elements which brought about the ends of the earth. And here we have just an area at the ends of the earth with important characteristics and factions. So including the eight-tailed coordinates is dead more or less. His body, you can find him when he was alive, was a titan with a humanoid upper body and a lower body of 8 muscular tails. The solar entity is already is in there, and you've got explanations of what they are and where they are on this map. So further explanations, so on and more. And then once the player characters begin exploring patrons, so you essentially so you've got like Thalassia, leader of the Unbreakable Brotherhood, an occultist with white hair and pointed shark-like teeth. She has the gift of visions of the future or of distant places and uses that to ensure the Brotherhood's prosperity. She also knows the divine flame conceals a terrible threat and opposes them. And Tomolo Quint whenever she can. She's pleasant enough in person, but ultimately serves her own interests. And there's you've got the description of the motifs, so sharks and shark teeth, hidden things worked but revealed by magic. Rewards, wealth, hard to find items, divination, and there's a quest. She wants you to kill someone else in this area called the aforementioned Tomolo Quent, and so on. It's going to go through that with various different NPCs. So you've got the NPCs, what they want, what they're prepared to reward the player characters with in return. So Vanishing Jenny is a projection from an alternate timeline that is almost wholly consumed by the void, projected here by the arcane technology of her parents in an attempt to save everything about their culture. Unfortunately, everyone here thinks she's a ghost and runs in fright or attempts to rebuke her in the name of their god rather than help her. Motifs, advanced technology, for whatever value of advanced you like. Objects phasing in and out of reality. Things that would be random or chaotic, forming simple patterns. Rewards. Jenny has had an eternity of her culture's knowledge and science implanted in her mind. She could make any number of small gadgets with little experimentation at given time, and she could reshape the given time. She could reshape the face of the world. The quest, the Wanderer's Band, will solve all of Jenny's problems, but she can't go and get it herself. There may be other solutions too, but that's one she'll try and get people to help her with. So, we already have a bigger map here. Let's see what I can locate. We have, we've got a section here, the opening hills on the bigger map, and then flip forward, and we've got a more detailed description of that location, and then it's going to do that again and again, I suspect. You know, so you've got a 2-page spread of the various locations, and again for the Brotherhood Canyons, for Southern Pirewood, and this really just kind of helped drill down a bit further, deeper into the setting. Poison Swamp, the Exalted Snowfields, the Northern Pirewood, the mountains, and the volcanic peaks, and then we can actually get to the ends of the earth located in the area, and the world beneath the world. So you've got also elements of sort of like dungeoneering as well. And then it says, oh man, I was trying to fit everything in because I wanted all the map detail pages to be self-contained spreads. I've got this blank page and nothing to put on it. Boo. So that's Ends of the Earth. Now, this is perhaps a little difficult to kind of get into because it as I say, it's fairly dense, quite small text, but this kind of spread does help, I will admit. And then what you do with it, well, it's system agnostic. It doesn't necessarily tell you what genre it is. It might be post-apocalyptic. It might be sort of like end of the world's fantasy, something like that. That your player characters can explore. It's obviously designed for the fantasy world, and really you take this and run with it. And I think, you know, of course, obviously you find the old school Renaissance role-play game of your choice and apply the stats, bring the player characters in. Yes, you could go with Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. That would be fine. Old school essentials would also be good. But I think in some ways, for a tone like this, for something as potentially as kind of simple and straightforward as this, where you've got systems agnostic, you could maybe want something that's a little bit more lighter and more straightforward in terms of its mechanics and perhaps feel. Then you might look at Into the Odd, or Kern, or Knave. Into the Odd would be, I think, would be a good choice. I always, you know, that's always a fantastic kind of option for this kind of thing. Anyway, so that's Ends of the Earth, a weird fantasy hexcrawl setting for your favourite fantasy role-playing game from certain death, which I will review at some point soon. Anyway, do hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, do please click on the like button down below, and of course if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game, or in this case a little systems agnostic setting, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.